Good morrow, my lovely little ghosts, and welcome to the Dark Orchard. I'm Laura, and happy Birthmas! As I said in my intro, this is Birthmas. More specifically, the day that this video goes up is Andy Biersack's birthday, which, of course, is December 26th, following Christmas Day, hence Birthmas. Birth of Andy, Birthmas. You get it. I'm sure you get it. If you didn't get it before, you get it now. But this is a very special Birthmas because this is his 30th Birthmas. 30. What a very, very, very special Birthmas for us 1990s babies. And sadly, it had to fall in 2020. But is the curse of being born in 1990. But anywho, like I said, today is Birthmas, and for this Birthmas, I was planning on reviewing Andy Biersack's new novel, They Don't Need to Understand. However, I do not possess They Don't Need to Understand. I ordered it from Rarebird, did not get it yet. I ordered it from Amazon, did not get it. It is delayed, and therefore, there will be no book review today. I'm one to improvise, and there will be something. Because I can't do a book review, I went through a bunch of ideas. Like, do I show off my Black Veil collection today? Do I do a Black Veil inspired makeup look? Do I do another Ghost of Ohio inspired makeup look? Like, what's the one thing I could do for the Birthmas? And if you've been paying attention to the screen, you can probably guesstimate where I'm going with this. I'm gonna do a makeup look based on the Andy Show. I'll be using the colors from the Andy Show logo, which just so happen to be the same colors that the Bengals use. Actually, not just so happen, that's on purpose, but I'm gonna be using those colors to do a Birthmas makeup look. So, if you want to just stick around and celebrate Andy's birthday with me, or if you're just here because you liked the looks of the orange, black, and white, and possibly gold makeup look that I'm doing, you're welcome, no matter why you're here. I thought this look was extra appropriate for this Birthmas, specifically because the Bengals just recently won. They won to the Steelers, 27-17. That's big. And, of course, this ties into the Birthmas because the Cincinnati Bengals are Andy's favorite team. So without further delay, let's get started on this Birthmas celebration by doing a The Andy Show inspired makeup look. I think I'm going to go a little glam with this. I'm not sure I'm going to go a SFX route with it. I think I'm just going to go glam because I've been doing so many glam/SFX looks for the last few days, and if you haven't checked those out, please do, because I'm super proud of my Nice Elf and Naughty Elf makeup looks. They make me really happy, especially the Naughty Elf. I love that character I created so much. So because I went SFX with those two looks, I think I'm just going to go glam with this one. And to do this look, I'm only going to be using drugstore products, and the majority of my colors are going to come from the Wet n Wild palette. So sadly, the Palette Royale palette will not be used in this video. The first video in a very long time that it will not be used. So without further delay, let's get started. First off, the lip I'm wearing now is the Andy Black My Way lipstick from Alt Press. I love the cherry red color of this lip. However, I'm going to be changing it to match the look at the end. I'm going to be wearing this for the majority of the makeup, and then at the very end I'm going to change. Because what's more appropriate to wear than Andy themed lipstick? Now comes the hunt for clean brushes, because I haven't cleaned them yet. Alrighty, the base color most definitely has to be orange. So I'm going to use the very bright orange, and I'm going to go over the lid. I'm actually going to start off by using the red orange, because it's more pigmented than the glittery orange. So now I'm switching over to a more glittery orange, and I'm going above that. Okay, that glittery orange had a bit of a gray deposit. I think I might have accidentally had some black in there. Okay, now I'm going to go into the white and do white from that orange line up to the brow. Now for under the eye, I'm going to use a thin brush and go into the red orange again and go underneath the eye and line it. And I'm going to drag that out into a wing. Now I'm actually going to grab that glittery orange again and go into my brows with it. Now I'm going to take a very tiny brush and go into that black, just because I want to see if the black is pigmented or not, and I want to top line my eye. Okay, and now I'm going to use e.l.f.'s 24 karat gold, which is their liquid eyeshadow in a gold color. I'm going to get it on my brush, and then I'm going to put it in the corners of my eye. Now I'm actually going to use the gold shadow and go underneath those other two wing lines. Alrighty, and because I'm an absolute weirdo, I'm going to take my contour brush, dip it in that gold powder, and then do a little cheek contour with it. And just a little on the tip of the nose. I'm going to get white on a really poofy brush, and I'm going to drag it across the bridge of my nose. Alrighty, and last I'm going to take the e.l.f. 24 karat gold, and I'm going to do gold freckles. Just to recap for anyone that was trying to follow along or that wants to know, I used this black, I used both of these oranges, this gold, and this white. So next I'm going to remove my Andy Black My Way lipstick, and I'm going to instead use a drugstore lipstick. And ooh, I'm naked. Okay, so I'm back and I need to do lipstick, and I've got two options. Since I'm using drugstore lipsticks, I would have 3 if I was using anything, but I just wanted to do a drugstore specific look, so I have 2. I have a Wet n Wild Mega Last lip color in gold, or I have Pumpkin at the Disco, also Wet n Wild. This is a Halloween exclusive, but it's still technically a drugstore product. This I believe you can buy all the time. And both super cheap. Actually, I'm going to do a huge favor for anyone who likes any of this makeup. I'm going to link it down below if any of it's still available, because it's super affordable and you can do really fun things with it, especially that palette. That palette is like my favorite thing ever. But I think between the two, I got a lot of gold going on, so I'm going to go with the orange. So this is Pumpkin at the Disco by Wet n Wild. I like it, I do, but I think it needs an ombre. So I think I'm going to use the black from the Wet n Wild palette and do the same kind of ombre that I did for the Naughty Elf look that I did. And I'm going to use some black eyeshadow and ombre from black to orange. So back to this palette. I'm going to use this black right here. And if you recall, in my Naughty Elf video, I said I like to line the lips and then drag it out towards the inner lip in an ombre look. Now they have the black outlining the orange and ombre towards it. I'm going to go back into the Wet n Wild palette again, and I'm going to grab some orange eyeshadow and dust the orange over top of the black. Just like that. And then lastly, I am going to take that Wet n Wild gold, get some on my brush, and then add some gold to the lips. Alrighty, and that finishes up the Tandy Panda show. That finishes up the Andy show makeup look inspired by Andy's Birthmas. I feel like when I take pictures of this look, the white will really shine through a little bit more than it does under this light, because this light's a little warmer than my photography lights. Hopefully the white will shine through on the nose at least, and just be a little bit more cohesive with the logo. I'm really sad I couldn't do the book review, but it will come as soon as I get the book and finish it. It's just taken a little bit more time. The book's just taken its time getting to me. It's building the anticipation. It knows how excited I am, and it's just like, you can wait a little bit longer. Patience is a virtue that I possess. Since I mentioned the book, how awesome is it that for his Birthmas we can celebrate that Andy Biersack has a book out and is just so freaking successful in so many ways, with his solo career, with Black Veil Brides, with all the awards that he's won, the Andy show. There's so much that this man has done in his time alive, and I just have to applaud him for it. He has followed his dreams, and he's shown us that we can follow ours as well. I personally relate to Andy on a deep level. He feels like a brother from another life, and there's just so much that he does and says that I'm like, me too! So, of course, I had to celebrate the Birthmas. I think that there's a lot there worth celebrating. He's done so much. He's so successful. So I hope you will join me in wishing Andy a very warm happy birthday. Even though Andy has said that he does not count his years in years, but in album cycles. So like, he refers to that point of his life as that album cycle. So happy the Phantom of Tomorrow year-mas? I guess, I don't know how you'd say it. This is the year of the Phantom of Tomorrow by Black Veil Brides. It's the next big Black Veil Brides project. It's Andy's next big album cycle. So that is the celebration that we are commemorating today with the Birthmas. And if you're catching this video after December 26th, 2020, it's still a fun video, right? Go ahead and wish Andy a happy birthday, because if you've been with this channel any time at all, you may recall that Andy wished me a happy birthday and said that I could tell anyone that it was my birthday any time of year and they wouldn't know any different. So for the comments down below, I want you to wish Andy a happy birthday. Number 2, I want you to tell me if you're excited for upcoming Andy things. Have you read his book? Did you love it? Or did you love it? Have you read The Ghost of Ohio? Did you love it as much as I did? Because I loved it. Are you super pumped for the new Black Veil Brides era with the Phantom of Tomorrow? Because I am. Just talk to me about Andy. Wish Andy a happy birthday down in the comments. And if you don't talk to me about that, talk to me about something, because I'd love for you to talk to me down in the comments. But it just seems appropriate to talk about Andy down in the comments. So if you can, please do. So everyone say it with me. Happy birthday, Andy. Happy Birthmas, Andy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come around again soon. Say bye. Bye. Say happy birthday, Andy. Happy birthday, Andy.